obviously your little brother, you know what I'm saying, Shakur, that's the fight. Everybody want to see that. That's the 50-50, I think, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying 50-50. I told both of them that. That's a toss-up to me. No bias. Don't just say that because it's your man. Who you got winning that?
The boxing world is on fire after Terence Crawford dropped some utterly shocking remarks about what could unfold if Devin Haney actually steps into the ring with Shakur Stevenson. Crawford, who has guided Shakur for years and understands his skill like almost no one else on earth, just delivered a chilling warning to Haney that has the entire boxing community buzzing with speculation and debate. Shakur Stevenson just dismantled Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden with a display so commanding that all three judges scored it 119-109. And now Devin Haney is pushing for the fight, insisting it's the biggest showdown in boxing history.
The unthinkable. And brought in Debo, Devin the Dream Haney for the live fight broadcast. And both of you is on the list.
However, what Terence Crawford revealed about what Shakur would do to Devin Haney in that ring is sending shockwaves through the sport and leaving everyone questioning whether Haney really grasps the storm he's calling for.
Boxing, he's definitely talented, you know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And, yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different...
The warning that Crawford issued wasn't just casual talk or friendly advice. It was a serious breakdown of why this fight could turn into an absolute nightmare for Haney if it actually goes down. But before we even unpack Crawford's chilling warning, Devin Haney dropped some insanely bold statements on social media that grabbed everyone's attention and lit the fuse on this entire saga. Just days after Shakur Stevenson utterly dominated Teofimo Lopez in front of a sold-out Madison Square Garden crowd, Devin Haney took to his social accounts with a massive call-out that shook the boxing world. Haney wrote, "Me and Shakur are the next biggest fight in boxing. I want him and Keishan. Little bro then big bro. I'm okay with big brother first too."
Shakur will grow into whatever weight you're in.
I mean, all of us is close to the same size. We know we're all growing together. We're all like, getting bigger. It's only so many guys that we could make big money and people want to see the fights, which even though I know that they making new guys, there's guys like fucking Kermel, Abdullah, all these guys want to come up too. So eventually they gonna be there.
The call out was bold, aggressive, and crafted to grab maximum attention from fans and media who have been desperate to see these two elite technicians clash in the ring. Many in the boxing world were stunned by Haney's confidence, especially after Shakur had just dismantled Lopez so thoroughly without taking any real damage or breaking a sweat through all 12 rounds. Sources close to the situation revealed that Haney's team has been quietly plotting this matchup for months, believing that Devin's size and reach could create serious problems for Shakur at welterweight. According to those familiar with the discussions, one member of Haney's camp reportedly said during a strategy meeting, Shakur's never faced anyone with Devin's length and his ability to control distance for 12 rounds without slipping up.
That's the case, don't perpetrate. You talking big, but truth be told, you put me and him in a ring where nobody else can help him. There's nobody else that is going to be able to fight for him. What's going to happen? Yeah. Like, he know deep down inside that I'm the truth. That's what he know. He know he done been in the ring with me several times. Go ask him, like really ask him and tell him to be honest about me as a...
This confidence from Haney's team stands in stark contrast to what Terence Crawford has been saying, both privately and publicly, about how this fight could actually play out if it happens. Shakur Stevenson's response to Haney's call-out was short, cryptic, and downright chilling in what it hinted could happen if promoters and networks actually make this fight. Stevenson simply replied, "Be careful what you ask for. Things might just happen." The warning was brief, yet it carried immense weight, because Shakur rarely engages in back-and-forth trash talk unless he is completely certain he can back up every word. Many boxing analysts believe Shakur's calm, measured response reflects the confidence of a fighter who genuinely thinks he could embarrass Haney in front of the entire world.
It'll be a long time coming just because of the history of everything that went on, but I'm not going to 47, so that's why I really asked him what...
One prominent trainer who asked to remain anonymous reportedly told colleagues, "When Shakur talks like that, calm and cold, that's when you know he's already visualized exactly how he's going to break you down round by round." But the most revealing and terrifying insight into this potential matchup came from Terence Crawford, who has closely watched Shakur's growth for years as his mentor. Even before the Lopez fight, Crawford made a statement that many overlooked at the time, but now feels almost prophetic given how Shakur dominated Teofimo. Crawford told Bernie the Boxer in an interview, "Teofimo is a good fighter. He's very talented, very athletic. He's always risen to the occasion in big moments like this. But Shakur is just on a whole other level."
Shakur is different. People may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur.
The statement continued with Crawford adding, "This Saturday, he's going to prove it." Those words proved to be uncannily accurate as Shakur completely dominated Lopez in a performance that shocked even his biggest supporters with just how one-sided it became. Sources close to Crawford revealed that after the fight, Bud had even more to say privately about what could happen if Haney actually stepped up to face Shakur at welterweight. According to people present during backstage conversations at Madison Square Garden, Crawford reportedly told members of Shakur's team something like, "Devin has no idea what he's asking for. Shakur would make him look like he doesn't belong in the same ring." These comments, though never made publicly on camera, have been spreading through boxing circles and creating massive buzz about just how confident Crawford is in his protege's abilities.
I think that Shakur said, I think if he can go up to 47 and fight Ben, I think he can go up to 47 and fight Devin.
Right.
You know, like I said before, I think that they both bring out the best of each other, you know. And like I say, you seen their sparring sessions, they high level shit, you know. And like I said, when I watch Devin, his sparring sessions be way better.
However, Crawford has also made public statements defending both Shakur and Haney from critics, which makes his private warnings about this matchup even more striking and noteworthy. In a previous interview with Bernie the Boxer, Crawford defended both fighters from the criticism they faced, saying, "Music, Devin's the youngest undisputed champion in history. A lot of people look at the Ryan Garcia fight and criticize it, but Devin kept getting up, kept fighting, showed heart, and showed determination." Crawford went on to address Shakur's critics, stating, "It's our people slandering him. Shakur boxes his way through a fight. Our people criticize him when it's called boxing. I don't care if you hit like a truck or a butterfly. As long as you get the job done, that's all that matters." These public comments show Crawford respects both fighters and their accomplishments. But sources suggest his private assessments of a potential Shakur versus Haney matchup are far less diplomatic. One insider who claimed to have heard Crawford discussing the matchup reportedly shared, "Bud was saying that Devin's reach advantage won't matter because Shakur's footwork and angles are too advanced." He added that Shakur would make Devin miss all night and force him into mistakes. Music. The technical breakdown Crawford has reportedly shared with people close to the situation paints a picture of a fight that would be incredibly difficult for Haney to win on the scorecards. According to sources familiar with Crawford's thinking, he believes Shakur's defensive skills are already at a level that would neutralize everything Haney does well in terms of controlling range and distance. Many boxing experts agree with this view, noting that while Haney has excellent fundamentals and a sharp jab, he's never faced anyone with Shakur's unique blend of speed, timing, and defensive mastery.
Like he hit everybody else. And he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring, he's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done, so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is what, three-weight world champion.
One analyst who covers both fighters extensively reportedly told colleagues, "His style is perfect for beating normal fighters, but Shakur isn't normal. He's a defensive genius who makes elite fighters look ordinary, just like he did to Lopez." The comparison to the Lopez fight is especially telling because many believed Teofimo's explosiveness and power could give Shakur trouble, yet Shakur made it look effortless from start to finish. Sources suggest Crawford has been telling people the same thing would happen to Haney, but potentially even worse, since Haney doesn't possess the one-punch knockout power that made Lopez dangerous. According to those familiar with these discussions, Crawford reportedly said something along the lines of, "At least Teofimo could hurt you if you made a mistake. Devin can't even do that. So what's he going to do when Shakur is making him miss all night?"
Shakur Stevenson, now that you've sort of sailed off into the sunset, done your thing in boxing, is he the sort of heir apparent to what was your throne? Do you look at him and go, you've all the ability, you've all the tools, obviously you've friends as well as just someone who you've been in the gym with. Is he that guy now who becomes pound for pound number one if he beats Teofimo Lopez?
Well, yeah, for sure, when he beats Teofimo.
This brutal assessment highlights one of the key reasons this fight would be so difficult for Haney, his lack of real stopping power against elite defensive fighters. Haney's record shows 15 knockouts in 31 fights, but most of those stoppages came against lower-level opponents and has never stopped an elite fighter in their prime. Meanwhile, Shakur's defensive mastery is so advanced that even fighters with genuine power, like Teofimo Lopez, couldn't land clean shots consistently or cause meaningful damage over 12 rounds. The style matchup clearly favors Shakur, according to most technical analysts. And Crawford's warnings appear to be grounded in this fundamental truth about how these two fighters operate inside the ring.
Versus Dev, is that back on the table as far as us as fans should be talking about this, or is that y'all niggas just doing some Twitter shit?
Nah, I mean that's cool. Like I told you, I'll fight him. I'll move up to 40 and fight him. Like, there's no changing, like, what I think about that fight. I think that'll be a big fight, too, in the sport of boxing.
However, Haney's team believes they've spotted weaknesses in Shakur's game that could be exploited, particularly around his willingness to engage in sustained exchanges and his performance against pressure fighters. Sources close to Haney's camp report that his team has been studying footage of Shakur's fights against William Zepeda and Oscar Valdez, searching for patterns they can exploit using Devin's superior reach. One person familiar with Haney's preparation strategy reportedly said, "We think Shakur gets uncomfortable when you make him work backwards for 12 rounds and force him to be the aggressor instead of the counterpuncher." The plan sounds solid in theory, but Crawford and others who know Shakur well believe Haney doesn't have the physical tools or the mindset to execute that strategy effectively for 12 rounds. According to sources, Crawford has been saying privately that Haney's cautious, risk-averse style actually plays right into Shakur's hands, allowing him to pick his spots and counter without ever being in real danger.
You know, so it could. I don't know why they not. You know, it's on Devin. Shakur ready to fight everybody. Nobody calling Shakur bluff. Nobody. In a real way. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's calling that man's bluff, and he wants to fight. Nobody's.
The mental aspect of this fight is another factor Crawford has reportedly emphasized when discussing the matchup with people in boxing circles seeking his opinion. Sources suggest Crawford believes Shakur's confidence is at an all-time high after dismantling Lopez, while Haney's confidence took a serious hit after being knocked down multiple times by Ryan Garcia, exposing his vulnerabilities. One person who spoke with Crawford about the matchup reportedly shared, "Bud said that Devin is still mentally scarred from the Garcia fight, and facing someone as skilled as Shakur right now would be a huge mistake for his career and confidence." This psychological dimension adds another layer to why Crawford's warning to Haney should be taken seriously by anyone even considering making this fight happen soon. The Garcia fight revealed several weaknesses in Haney's game, including his chin, his ability to handle adversity, and his tendency to become passive when hurt or intimidated by an opponent's power. While Shakur doesn't have Garcia's one-punch knockout ability, he possesses something potentially more dangerous: the ability to break an opponent's will through constant frustration and technical domination, round after round.
My next fight.
Your next fight? What, Haney? You'll have... So you want Haney next then, obviously?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You think you knock him out or you stop him or what?
We're going to see. We're going to see.
All right, you're the man.
Great fight.
Take care, Shakur.
Many inside the boxing world quietly insist that Crawford sees this clearer than almost anyone else, having watched Shakur dismantle elite fighters over years of intense sparring together. Those close to their training reveal a startling truth. In the gym, Shakur has left much bigger opponents frustrated, his speed and timing turning them into nothing more than slow, predictable targets. One insider recalled in disbelief, "I've watched Shakur make welterweights and even junior middleweights look completely foolish." Size alone won't save Devin if he can't land a single meaningful shot. Every glimpse from these sessions hints that Crawford isn't exaggerating. He speaks from first-hand experience of exactly what Shakur can do, even to fighters with the skill and style that Haney brings to the ring. Don't blink, because when these two finally collide, everything could change in a heartbeat.
This fight now is even more juicy than it was the first time around when they were talking about it. When they were talking about it the first time around, Haney was red hot as an undisputed lightweight champion, and Shakur was the boogeyman who was very good, but was having trouble locking in those big
insider
games.
boogeyman.
Right. I gotta be honest, man. Like this could, if this happens right now, this is the right timing too.
The rehydration clause that Shakur insists on for any welterweight bout only adds weight to Crawford's warnings, making this matchup even more dangerous for Haney. Shakur has made it clear he will fight at welterweight only if his opponent is restricted in how much weight they can regain after the weigh-in. It's a clever move, designed to strip naturally bigger welterweights of any size advantage on fight night, creating a more level playing field against someone as skilled as Haney. Sources close to negotiations reveal that Haney's team has pushed back, determined to hold on to every physical edge they can against Shakur's sharp, superior skills. But here's the dilemma: refuse the clause, and Haney risks looking timid, like he's avoiding the fight. Accept it, and he gives up one of his core strategic advantages. Every choice carries consequences, and the tension is only building.
Me personally, I wouldn't have signed up for that.
From a pro, explain what that actually means.
So like every fight, we cut 20, 30 pounds every fight. But some people go lose their weight in the sauna. Some people lose their weight in a hot bath, sit in a hot bath. Some people lose their weight working out. Me personally, I don't like the sauna suit. I don't like the hot bath.
This catch-22 is exactly the trap Shakur and Crawford have set, placing Haney in a position where every choice makes the fight more dangerous, both mentally and physically. Crawford also knows that the business side of boxing can't be ignored. how politics and money can derail even the most anticipated matchups. Sources say Crawford has been counseling Shakur to demand top dollar for any fight with Haney, aware that his stock has never been higher after the commanding performance against Lopez. Those close to the discussions report that Crawford told Shakur, "Make them pay you what you're worth. After what you did to Te'ao, you're the main event now. Don't let them lowball you." These insights show that Crawford isn't just thinking about the ring, he's plotting to safeguard Shakur's financial and strategic future, making sure every move strengthens his career long after the fight ends.
He'll be a 4-weight world champion. You know, I'm a 5-weight world champion, and I can see him becoming a 5-weight world champion as well. You know, Shakur got all the tools and all the abilities to do bigger and better things than me, and that's
The boxing world is split down the middle over this potential clash, with some fans buzzing at the thought of two elite technicians going head-to-head, while others dismiss it as a slow, predictable fight. One devoted Haney supporter reportedly tweeted, "Devin's reach and size will be too much for Shakur. He's going to jab him to pieces for 12 rounds and take a clear decision." But Shakur's fans hit back just as fiercely, one writing, "You all forgot what Shakur did to Lopez. Haney will get the same treatment, maybe worse, because he doesn't even have the power to earn Shakur's respect." This divide among fans shows just how unpredictable Styles' approach makes the matchup, even though most experts lean toward Shakur's superior skill set. Yet Crawford's warnings go deeper than technical ability. They're about confidence, mental toughness, and handling the pressure when the championship rounds push you to your limits.
At a good moment in their careers.
Very high.
It's actually,
and there's a title on the line.
It's actually simmered better than it had back then. And back then it was really, really something that you wanted to see. But now, because of Shakur's recent performance and Haney still being undefeated and having righted the...
As talks for this potential super fight continue quietly behind the scenes, Crawford's chilling warnings about what Shakur could do to Devin Haney are sure to dominate every conversation. Whether Haney chooses to heed those warnings or ignores them and pushes ahead with the fight is a question only time will answer in the coming weeks and months. That's all for now, but for the sharpest updates, unforgettable moments, and every explosive move in the world of boxing, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss the next reveal, the next shock, the next knockout. Until next time, stay ready, stay watching.